So I came across this book at my local Walgreens. It was on sale. It was an interesting parody that really caught my eye. It's a parody of the story Goodnight Moon. um, Obviously, this is made for children, but I loved the horror aspect of it so much, I had to get it. This is called Goodnight Goon, a Petrifying Parody by Michael Rex. And I thought I would share this on this channel since this channel is related to mental health and it's related to alternative subcultures and goth, punk, and all that other good stuff. So if you're into horror, if you're trying to raise your kids in the alternative subcultures, or whatever, this might be a good book for you guys. Now, like, my kids are grown. They're too old for this, but I got it in hopes of keeping it long enough to eventually read it to my grandchildren. So I'll go ahead and read it to you guys. In the cold gray tomb there was a gravestone and a black lagoon and a picture of Martians taking over the moon. And there were 3 little mummies rubbing their tummies, and 2 hairy claws and a set of jaws, and a loud screechy bat and a black hat, and a skull and a shoe and a pot full of goo, and a hairy old werewolf who was hollering boo. Goodnight tomb, goodnight goon, goodnight Martians taking over the moon, goodnight bones in the black lagoon, goodnight mummies, goodnight tummies, goodnight claws and goodnight jaws, goodnight moans and goodnight groans, goodnight screechy bats and goodnight hat, goodnight skull and goodnight shoe, goodnight creature, goodnight goo, and goodnight to the old werewolf hollering boo. Goodnight you, get under there. Goodnight monsters everywhere. This is the #1 bestseller. Just fun little children's book to read at bedtime. The artwork really reminds me a little bit of Beetlejuice, the animated series, especially the Goodnight Jaws. It really looks like a sandworm almost. So yeah, if you guys could find this, I'm sure you can find it on Amazon, which I'll probably look it up on Amazon and share the link in the description below. Go ahead and give it a buy. It's $6.99 in the US and $7.99 in Canada. I'm sure you might be able to find it cheaper than that. I think I got it for about $5 at Walgreens. It was marked down. So yeah, check it out.